I'd like to open up the meeting. I'd like to receive a motion to open up the meeting for 6:30 on February 4th, 2021. I'd like to open up the meeting. I have a motion. I'd like to receive a motion
I'll make a
to
motion
open up the meeting for
Second.
6:30 on February 4th, 2021. I'd like to open up the meeting.
Do I have a motion? Aye.
I'd like to receive a motion.
Okay, the meeting is open. 6:30 in the evening. This is,
Oh, Dan, you have to read
Yeah.
the open meeting. Okay, perfect.
thank you. Okay, I already.
Dan,
What is that? Yeah, go ahead.
somebody doesn't have their phone muted.
I'd like
That's
to
what
open
that
up
is,
the
that's
meeting.
background noise.
I'd like to receive a motion
So on the
to open
agenda,
up the
you
meeting
have to read
for
the
6:30
open
on
meeting
February 4th, 2021. I'd like to open up
thing
the
that's
meeting.
on the
agenda.
I'd like to receive a
If
motion
only I
to
had it.
open up the meeting for
I'll read it.
I had it.
6:30.
All right, leave
This
it reading.
meeting
Go
of
ahead.
the Board of
I'd like to open up the
Okay,
meeting. I
this
have a
meeting of the
motion.
Board of
I'd
Health
like
is
to
being
receive a
conducted
motion.
Okay, meeting is
remotely,
open.
consistent with
6:30
Governor
and
Baker's
6:30 in the evening.
executive order of March 12,
Uh,
2020,
this,
pursuant to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 virus. In order to mitigate the transmission of the COVID-19 virus, we have suspended public gatherings. And as such, the governor's order suspends the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. We are meeting remotely and broadcasting live on Spencer Cable Access to ensure public viewing access.
okay, thank you. Uh-oh.
Do you want me to send you the agenda again, Dan?
What I have is a local upgrade on 24 Brockcliff Lane, 16 Shore Drive, 41 Lake Ave, 30 Donnelly Road, and a couple of people that are looking to. There's the agenda. Life is good.
Yep. Minutes is first.
All right. Well, hang on half a second. I'm trying to. My phone and I do not like each other right at the present moment. Oh, agenda not saved yet. That's why. Okay. Well, there you go. Okay. No, not saved. Okay. Well, anyway. Oh, Jesus. Okay. It looks like we got 24 Brockcliff Lane local upgrade. Am I correct in assuming that?
That's third on the list. So do approval of the minutes of December 7th, 2020 meeting.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're gonna have to.
I'll take care of it, Dan. I'll make a motion we approve the December 7th, 2020 minutes as emailed by Lisa to both of us.
Okay.
So you're
I'll second it. I am a second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Pass. So I'm going to keep going, Dan, or would you like to take care of it from now?
Go for it, Lee, because it's I got about evidently about half of it on my phone for some reason.
Okay, on the old business, the continuation of the animal permit for Rosa Reyes, 30 Donnelly Cross Road, 10 chickens and 2 bunnies.
Okay. Everything is. Oh yeah. Okay.
Are there any comments? Or?
No, it appears that everything is there. Am I correct?
I sent you everything that was submitted. Yeah.
Yes, everything is there and acceptable to me.
Yeah. Okay. Now, is Rosa Reyes aware that this is always a conditional permit, Lisa?
She is.
It's conditional.
I believe she's on the phone. Rosa or Catherine,
Okay.
are you there? Well, they're
Before
supposed
we
to be on
make
the
a
fence.
motion, is there any comments on this old business?
Mr. Chairman, or whomever is monitoring the meeting, this is Jonathan Viner, 34 Donnelly Crossroad. I
Okay.
received a copy of the materials submitted for tonight from Ms. Dowse, and I guess I'm asking the board if what was submitted is considered sufficient and meets the regulations that put in place by the Board of Health.
I'll answer that, yes.
Okay.
Okay. One of the requirements that is listed in the regulation is the location of any private wells within the area, and I don't see that anywhere in the plot plan.
Private well and septic are in the regulations. We have the right to either accept if they can find, some people can't find them, some people don't know where their septics are. Most of that is for large animals, so they don't trample the lines, trample the septic system. Chickens and rabbits do not do that, so that is not a requirement. And the waste produced by small type animals would never interfere with any type of an artesian well. So even though it's in our regulations, it's to the board, we have the right to either say, yes, you can do that, or no, we've got enough information to work on what you're asking for.
Okay, so just so I'm clear, the Board of Health is waiving the requirement that the plan show the location of any private wells due to the fact that they feel that there would be no possible impact on those wells.
Correct. And there would be no environmental impact or detriment to either the septic system or the well with what they're proposing.
Okay.
And at the same time, this is Lee Jarvis. At the same time, I'd like to read something that I got from the Law Insider today, that household pets means dogs, cats, chickens, excluding roosters, rabbits, mice, hamsters, gerbils, parakeets, canaries, finches, songbirds, reptiles, amphibians, fish, or other similar animals kept for companionship or for personal enjoyment. And their deed says they can have 2 horses or other household pets. It does not exclude them, and according to Law Insider, household pets are those small animals commonly found in residential areas, fish such as chickens, ducks, geese, rabbits, dogs, with the exception of bovine, equine, goats, sheep, or swine. That was mentioned also. So those type of animals are allowed, and not only that, the city of Cambridge already allows, or Somerville, I'm sorry, already allows them by right in residential areas, and the city of Worcester is now proposing an ordinance or a regulation that allows chickens in residential areas. And we're a farming community, a lot more sparse than those cities. So I feel that this is an appropriate use of their property. It's up to Dan if he wants to make a motion, yay or nay.
Okay, well, one thing that's worth clarifying is, again, in the town of Spencer Board of Health regulations, poultry is not considered a household pet in their definitions. And it's, I can't say it makes sense to me that anyone would consider a chicken a household pet, seeing as how you normally wouldn't keep a chicken inside your house.
I can't understand how in the world somebody could go ahead and keep, this is Dan Shields. I can't understand how in the world somebody could go ahead and keep a boa constrictor as a pet either. However, it can be considered a pet if in the event they want it to be a pet.
A lot of them.
It's just an example.
lot of emotional support animals that are allowed in a lot of places are things that I wouldn't accept either, like pigs. I mean, they're emotional support. We only put those regulations in effect back when the avian flu was around. So we wanted to know where all the chickens are in this town. So that if there's ever a virus that transmits between birds and humans, that we would know where they are so that we could go get them, euthanize them, or test them and return them. It's not to restrict anybody from having them, it's so we know where they are in case of an emergency, for a public health reason, not an individual reason, for the general good of the public health. Thank you.
All right. On further note in the regulations, there's restriction on it being on these animals being allowed in certain zoning districts. I don't have, I believe, town center and town center.
This is
What's
this is
the
a-
reasoning behind that?
This is Dan Shields again, if I may, Lee. One of the potential problems that we were seeing that was happening back when the avian flu was in effect as well was a simple fact that people in apartment houses, not everybody, but some people in apartment houses were going ahead and having them in the town zone because at the time there were absolutely no restrictions for that, and the neighbors were going out of their minds.
And
And what was that?
no, sorry,
Somebody. Okay. Yeah, and you know, like if in the event you go ahead and you have them in an apartment house, a four-unit apartment house in town, just made our lives and made our jobs a little bit easier to control a farm from operating or farm type atmosphere or situation operating in town center as well. So it gave us a little bit of control over that as well.
All right. I guess my final question is, does this the building and the fencing constructed to house these animals, has it met in the relevant aspects of building and zoning code?
This is Lee Jarvis speaking. That's not under our purview. That is not under our purview. Anything under 200 square feet does not require a building permit at all, even a shed. The zoning requirements, if they don't meet the zoning requirements, you'd have to file a complaint with the zoning board.
Okay, and in the Board of Health regulations, it states that all coops are to be a minimum of 100 feet from any abutting dwelling and no less than 25 feet from any property line. Are you waiving those requirements?
Where is the? Okay, go ahead, Lisa.
No, it's not Lisa. I'm speaking for my parents because I'm translating for them. Lisa told me to join this meeting.
This is Catherine. Is this Catherine?
Yes, this is me.
Hi. Okay, just identify yourself and your address, okay?
All right. Do I identify myself as a daughter or as?
Yes. Your daughter, bro. Yes.
All right. So I'm the daughter of Rosa Reyes. My name is Catherine, and the address is 30 Donnelly Cross Road in Spencer, Massachusetts.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead.
Captain. Go ahead, Catherine.
¿Quiere decir algo? translating for them right now. I gotta explain to them what you guys were saying, if I'm allowed to do that. Lo que están hablando de que pues está la casa que dijo él, que está cerca del neighbor y el otro tiene que 500 pies de cada. So with the coop shed you guys mentioned, if it was, I don't know if you guys were asking if it was something feet apart. If that was mentioned, it is apart from each house.
Is it 25? This is Lee Jarvis. Is it 25 feet off the property line?
25. De la línea de.
6 pies. Mucho más que eso.
Even more than that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I see what Mr. Minor, this is Dan Shields again. I see what Mr. Minor is referring to. Okay, you got the property is approximately 151.06 feet, more or less, wide. So the 100-foot minimum lot, it's making it a little bit difficult to go ahead and try to place it 100 feet from any property line.
No, it's only
Again,
yeah,
go ahead.
25 feet property line.
I know. That's where it's supposed to be placed. Yes, or
Yes.
or the lot. Okay. All right. Very well.
So how do we know its location if it's not shown on the plot plan, or at least dimensions to it?
It's a temporary building. It's a temporary building. It's not going to be put on concrete, or put in concrete, I should say. So it's not going to be it's a movable dwelling or movable type shed. So I'm sure it will be located the way that it needs to be located. Am I correct in that, Catherine?
Yes.
Okay, there you are.
And I think this is Lee. I think we've spent enough time on this. If you would like to make a motion,
I would make a motion to approve.
I'll second that motion. Any discussion?
Están hablando de cómo puede estar.
Hearing none. Motion to approve. Yay.
No, buscar si te dan todo el papel, un plano. Están hablando de eso.
And you voted yes, correct?
That is correct.
Thank you. Motion is passed. Let's move on to the next one. This is a continuation of the local upgrade approval for 41 Lake Ave, DeKirk, and the Elgin Sand Filter Treatment System is 2 feet and 4 feet from the abutting lots, 7.1 feet from the foundation, 51 feet from the abutter's well. The septic tank is 4.6 feet from the foundation, 7.8 feet to the lot line. The pump chamber is 6.1 feet to the foundation and 1.8 feet from the lot line, and the new well is only 72 feet from the proposed septic system. We continued this because the neighbors were not properly notified. Would you, Lisa, have the neighbors been properly notified?
Yes, they have, and I believe Liz is on the line.
I am.
Okay, I would make a motion to accept the proposal for the repair of the septic system as presented.
I second.
Do I hear a second? Great. All those in
Okay.
favor?
Aye.
Drew, any comments? And do you have anything to comment?
No, I'm good. Thank you. No, I agree. I concur.
Okay, and the motion is passed.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thanks, Liz.
Thanks
See
for
you.
coming on, Liz.
Sure thing. Thank you.
Under the other
Well-
business, yes?
Sorry, will that be all, or do I?
You're all set.
Yes,
You just have
Catherine.
to,
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
just make sure you keep them clean, keep them kept up, and no roosters, and you'll be all set.
All right, thank you so much.
I will
No
mail
problem.
you
Have
out
a
your
good-
permit.
All right, thank you so much for everything, Liz.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everybody.
You bet.
Other new business, we have a local upgrade approval, 16 Shore Drive. I don't know how to pronounce the BUI. Presby Environmental Septic System. They want a reduction in the setback from the surface water from 50 to 27 feet, which is acceptable. A reduction in setback from the private well from 100 to 54 feet, which is acceptable. But then they want a reduction in the groundwater from 4 feet to 3 feet. You cannot take both a reduction from the well and separation to high groundwater without an alternative treatment system, and I do not believe Presby meets those requirements. Is there anybody here representing the designer? Lisa, who was the designer of that system?
This is, hold on, here. New England, it's Julian Votruba, New England
Okay.
Environmental Design.
Okay.
And I don't
believe
think he's on.
Okay, well, he should be on either. So that one you're gonna have to pass over to the next meeting because somebody either from
Yep.
the engineering firm or the homeowner should be here when there's a question from the board regarding what they're asking for. I do not believe you can take both a reduction in the setback to the well and to the high groundwater at the same time. You can have one or the other, not both.
Okay, I'll call them
So I
and have
make
them at the next meeting.
Yeah, I'll make a motion. We pass over this till the next meeting.
Second. I'll second that.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other discussion?
No, not at this time.
Just so
All
we
those
know,
in
the next
favor?
meeting is scheduled for March 1st.
Okay.
Okay,
All those
thank
in
you,
favor
Lou.
say aye.
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 Okay, the next one is 24 Briarcliff Lane. Kelly, he wants a plastic 1,500 gallon tank, and the soil absorption system is 12 feet from the foundation, 7 feet from the water line, and the septic tank is 4 feet from the foundation. With the constrictions on that site, those are all allowable under the Board of Health. I make a motion that we accept those as read. And who's the engineer on that one?
That's Richard Goby.
Okay. I make a motion. Do I hear a second?
Yeah, I will second it.
Any discussion?
Not from me, thank you.
Okay. Next part of other
So
business.
if you want to talk about the Board of Health member applicants first before we go into COVID, that's fine.
No, I have other things. I've had a request from Richard Chafee. He would like the Board of Health in Spencer to sponsor him to take the soil evaluators course. It does not cost the town anything. He would have to pay his own fee, own transportation, everything, but he would like the town Board of Health to sponsor him, and I believe we can do that because we have done that in the past for other people. I was wondering if there's any objection to that, Dan?
No, I have no objections to that at all.
Okay, then I make
I
a
think it's
motion
good.
that I make a motion that we allow Richard Chafee to take the soil evaluators exam under the sponsorship of the Spencer Board of Health at no cost to the town. Do I hear a second?
Yeah, I will second it.
All those in favor? Oh, no, any further discussion?
No, No discussion on my end.
Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion's passed. Okay. You want to discuss the interim Board of Health applicants? Or you want to do the COVID-19?
It's up to you, whatever
Oh,
you
you
guys want to do first.
COVID-19.
Do the COVID-19.
Yeah.
Make it brief.
Really? Okay. So we've had 617 confirmed cases in town. 61 are, no, I'm sorry, 61 are active right now. Public health nurse has applied for vaccines. Obviously, we have not been approved yet due to the shortage. Harrington Hospital is a statewide vaccination site. Anyone who qualifies in phase 1 and part 1 of phase 2, which is residents over 75, they're eligible to get the vaccination at Harrington. They're eligible to get the vaccination at Big Y. Big Y is only getting 100 vaccines a week, so they're booking up fast. Harrington has been wonderful. Everybody I've spoke to in town who calls me, they have gotten appointments like almost immediately at Harrington, and they've been getting their vaccines. So they're doing a phenomenal job there. All their direct links to book appointments through Harrington and through Big Y are both on the website. Very easy to find on the website. There's a COVID-19 vaccination form that was put on the website. So anybody who fills that out, the form comes directly to me. I put it into a spreadsheet, and whenever I am allotted vaccines, I will send out a mass email for when clinics are available. And that's pretty much it. The stay-at-home advisory was rescinded, and the mandatory early closure of business order was also rescinded. Gatherings may go on beyond 9:30. Liquor stores can sell past 9:30. The gathering limits do remain in place until further notice.
Okay. Thank you.
Go ahead. Thanks.
All right.
Anything else?
The next item. Oh, okay. Any other discussion on the COVID response?
No, thank you.
I'm all set.
No.
The next item
Yep.
is review, discuss the interim Board of Health member applicants. We have 2 of them. And Lisa, you can fill us in on their names and a little, just a small,
Yep, go ahead.
small history. Did you read them, the 2?
I did. So Jesslyn Gosher, all I got was a volunteer to serve your town form. She didn't submit like a resume or anything. But she did say, she checked off that she wanted to volunteer for the Board of Health. So I don't personally know her. So I don't really know what to say. And then the other one is Jennifer. What?
Jesselyn is a registered nurse, correct?
That's what I understand.
Okay. And the other.
Yeah, the other one, her name is Jennifer Kaniski. She lives in town. Oh, Jesselyn lives in town as well. They both live in town. Jennifer looks like she works at Worcester State Hospital. She's an occupational therapist. She has a lot of background at hospitals. She definitely is well qualified. I think I sent you guys her resume. She is CPR FA certified, and is interested in being on the board.
Perfect.
Okay.
Now, in the election this year, there are 2 positions open. There's a 3-year position, which is mine, and there's a 1-year position, which is the balance of Rodney Poisey's. So,
Correct.
correct, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So I would make a motion that we send to the selectmen that Jesselyn Gardner is our number one choice, as she's a hospital registered nurse, works in a hospital situation, which would be the best. And second candidate would be Jennifer, what was her last name?
Koniski.
I believe it's
Koniski.
Koniski.
Yes.
Yeah. Koniski, I'm sorry, I'm not good with names. And I would like you to tell the selectmen that they should appoint both of them. Because as of the end of this meeting, I'd like to read this into the minutes. Due to personal reasons, I must resign as a member of the Board of Health. It's been a pleasure to serve as a member, not only from 1989 to 1992, but as the full-time agent from 1992 to 2018, 6 of those years as acting director of inspectional services, and as an elected member from 2018 until present. I will aid in any way possible during this COVID-19 pandemic. I will truly miss all the employees and business owners I've had the pleasure to work with and for during my tenure. Thank you. So as of tonight,
Thank you.
and it's you and the 2 new members, or one at least, the selectmen wanted me to do this immediately so that at their next meeting, they can have somebody in place and on the board immediately.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, personally.
So,
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
And I'm not disappearing, but I'm just not going to take an active role. I will help in all the COVID-19, like if we open an emergency dispensing site or appoint a delivery, whatever they're calling it this month, whatever needs to be done, I'll always. Well, it was an emergency dispensing site, then it became a POD, appointed delivery, and now they're calling them something else. So whatever it's called, I have no problem in helping out.
Sure. No, I appreciate that very much.
On that, is there anything else anybody has?
If we need to make a motion on it, I would make a motion on this to appoint both of them and ask the Board of Selectmen to act forthwith on that.
I'll second that.
On both applicants.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I also. Any other business, anything at all before I close the meeting?
I have nothing at this point.
Point of information, if I may. John Viner. Just another question regarding the animal permit heard earlier in the meeting. Did any of the Board of Health members or the Board of Health agent actually go to the site and then inspect the location and the structures proposed to be used for the animals?
Animal control officer did that for us, which they usually do.
Well, I know she went to the site to remove the rooster that was there, or ask for it to be removed, but did she go there specifically to inspect the structure and the site and, you know, in the capacity of the Board of Health regulations?
I can't answer that question.
I can't either. Lisa, any input?
No, I just know she went there, but I don't know of us ever going to inspect a property that is asking for chickens for a permit. The animal inspectors are the ones that inspect. Once permits are issued, the animal inspectors are the ones that go and inspect where there are chickens, and that's what they do. We don't do that.
Who is our animal inspector now?
Joellen Durgan and Doug Blood.
Okay, so once the permit is issued, make sure that one of them goes up and inspects the site to make sure it meets the regulation and the capacity, and, you know, All right?
Absolutely.
Everything's up to speed. Yeah. Good. Thank you.
All right. Please mute your phone.
I don't have anything else for tonight unless there's somebody else on the line that has something to say.
Mr. Chairman,
I have nothing. Yes, sir.
Ralph Hicks.
Dr. Hicks.
Hi, everybody. I'm just calling to thank
Hi,
Lee
Dan.
for all of his years of service to the town of Spencer, as a Board of Health member, the health agent, and of course, as a very active member of the Spencer Exchange Club, and obviously wish you, Lee, the very best in the future. So thank you for all that you've done for us. Thank you.
Thank you,
That's
Dr.
it.
Hicks.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Likewise.
Thanks for taking over for me tonight, Lee. I appreciate that very much.
No problem. You wanted to get used to it, so I let you do it, and you did a good job, Dan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did a great job.
Nothing else? I would make a motion.
No.
I would make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:06 p.m.
Mr. Chairman, before you do,
Yep. Who's this?
Mr. Chairman, Gary Woodbury, I just want to reconfirm everything Dr. Hicks stated. Lee, I want to thank you for your years of service, not just in one role, but in several. I'd just like to take that opportunity. So good luck to you, and I know you'll be around.
I know, Gary. Thank you very much. You didn't have to identify yourself. I recognize you, too.
a lot of water under those bridges, Lee. But good luck to you, and we'll see you around.
I'm sure you will. No problem. Thank you very much. I'm putting this letter into to Tom tomorrow morning.
Well, again, thank you for everything you've done.
You're welcome, and it was my pleasure. I enjoyed every minute of it. It wasn't a job. All right, I did make a motion. I didn't hear it to adjourn.
Yeah,
the
there's
meeting,
a
but
second
now-
on the board. There is a second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye. 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 Aye.
And good evening.
You bet. Thank